Advertising experiments at Yelp is a really cool little case that we're going to do. While doing this case, I want you to assume that you've been hired to be a marketing analyst at Yelp. And you've been there about 3 months. You moved out to the Bay and you're living in your luxurious 475 square foot apartment that you paid $600,000 for. And you've been on the job about 3 months, and suddenly the CEO, Jeremy Stoppelman, walks into your office, and you're scared and you're nervous, and he says, "Hey, look, we've just ran an A/B test where we've tested our current algorithm against a new algorithm, and I want to see which one performs better. So I've emailed you the data. You've got a spreadsheet attached here with all the raw data, and I want you to analyze it and come back with a recommendation. Should we stick with the current algorithm? Should we move to the new algorithm? Do you see anything else in this data that I should be aware of?" And off he goes. So your task now is to analyze that data. I've given you an analytics spreadsheet that you can plug numbers into so that that'll help jumpstart your process. But I want you to pay attention to the questions that aren't asked. All he's asked you to do is decide, is A better than B? But there's a lot more in here than meets the eye just answering those simple questions. And as an MBA, you need to be able to dig out those other questions on your own. What else should I be looking for? Whoa, this is a surprise. And you need to be able to communicate and verbalize those in a way that the P&G one-page memo gives you the opportunity to do. So your assignment here is dig through that data, come up with your answers. The first answer that you're going to have to respond to is, which is better, A or B, and justify it with numbers. Justify it with numbers. And then, what else did you discover that needs to be addressed? And not only addressed, but do you have a solution? The worst people in the world that work for me are the ones that come in and dump a problem on my desk. I hate that. But when somebody walks in and says, "Okay, so I found this problem and here's a solution that I think we ought to use," I love that. Because now all I have to do is say, "Yeah, go for it." I don't have to stop and think about how in the world are we going to fix this problem. That's what you need to have the skill to be able to do as an MBA. So really think about this. Write your response up to Mr. Stoppelman in a one-page P&G memo format. If you want to have a second page that's got your numbers on it, that's fine, but you need to write it in a one-page memo. And then we'll come back and talk about it in the lecture. So have fun.